now and December, we're going to see 100k Bitcoin.
The markets were bleeding. We have World War III on the cusp. Iran's launching rockets into Israel. Israel saying it's going to retaliate. Everyone's panicking, and my bags are bleeding. So,
The content presented in this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice, and listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Crypto flip.
welcome back to the Crypto Flip podcast. I am your host, and I am joined once again with my co-hosts Ricardo and Deji. But before we get into the serious matters of the day, and we've got a lot to talk about, you know what we have to do? We have to see what the crypto degens have been up to and check the crypto confessions. So let's get into the first one. Back in 2015, started learning and investing time in crypto. However, there was one college chick being popular, found me investing and studying crypto and made fun of me and my parents' financial condition, which wasn't really the best, but made sacrifices. Kept my head down and stayed focused. Fast forward now, successful ventures and exits. I love my life. Ran into her a week ago while walking. Small talk followed. She said sorry for all the hates and was struggling to find a job, friends, and fit in the world. Honestly, just walked past with no F's given. It's a big world, and she chose her useless circle instead of learning good stuff, which would have paid off. What do you, man, make of that?
Me personally, I'd have fanned that flame, bro. I'd have given her some fire. I'd be like, you need a job, yeah? Like, listen, my house needs cleaning a couple of days a week. So. And my cars, they need a wash, you know, I'm not gonna lie. But because we're friends from way back when, like, you can come, you know, man will pay you $2 an hour.
$2 an hour.
Days. Savage.
Savage Rick, isn't it?
Sometimes you gotta be like that, man.
Nah, I
You know what they say, the nice guys don't win. This is a typical example, man. But this time, actually, the nice guy won because he just put his head down, focused on his work. I mean, kept making his investments, and fast forward later, things are paying out for him. This is a testament that, you know, sometimes crypto can actually be a good tool in your life and can actually change your life for the better. I know we get a lot of negative confession. I spent my entire wedding money. I have no more money left. I stole my dad's Rolex. I sold it and I bought Bitcoin. Now I'm down bad on futures. This is a good one, and you know why she stopped him and talked to him? Because she saw the Lambo packed up. She saw the McLaren. She goes, "Oh, he's up. Let me go chat to him." But yeah, man, it's too late, man. We don't talk to talks. So yeah, it's too late, bruv. You fucked up. You could have been nice to my man. If you imagine she was nice to him when he was young, when he was in college, he would definitely hook her up. But because you're that mean B, what you gonna say, Rick?
Let's be real, bro. There's some girl from school I am dying to buck in real life again.
Hey, listen. I'm never gonna go there, bro. I'm never gonna do that. I'm not gonna go there.
Obviously,
I have a list still. I'm not gonna lie. I have a list still. I have a list, bro. I ain't gonna drop no names, but I have a list, bro.
Jeez, you know them ones. It's just like, remember that time? Yeah. You get me, man. Is trying to invite you over. You're moving just bare different.
No, moving bare different. Ignoring, man, fam. Not moving different, fam. This is a parent act, fam. But honestly, side note, but this is a very interesting one, man. Honestly, just goes to show, like, you know what I mean, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And my man, obviously, you know what I mean, had a tough time starting. You know what I mean, struggled financially because of his parents. Didn't come from a silver spoon family, but now he's obviously worked his way up to a six-figure wealth plus, I assume. So, I mean, kudos to him. It just goes to show that if you put your head down, man, you can really, really change your life in this space. And but you could also ruin it because you could be a degenerate gambler and just gamble everything on futures with no risk management. So, yeah, man, it's very easy to do. So, like, yeah, This is one of the more better confession, and I hope we get more of this. So yeah, awesome, really, really good. I like it. I love it.
Wait, what are you saying, Harris? After that, I got something on this.
Yeah, I was just gonna echo what you guys are saying. Like, basically, he played a long game, and she was in it for the short term. It's funny because sometimes when you're young, you think, you know, this is the pinnacle. This is life, you know. But
Young is the pinnacle. Wow.
some people think that, you know, I'm the man in college, I'm the man in high school, I'm the man in uni. But you know, there's a real world out there, and he played for the long term, and look where he is now. He's doing very well, and she's struggling because she came to the real world and realized that, you know, it's a bit different from high school movies. So shout out to him, and yeah, he's done what he needs to do. So kudos.
Absolutely, Rick.
All right, now question: does anyone know anything that was like, you know, back from school that was banging in school that's still banging now? Right, they're all falling off a cliff, and now they're just like completely
What, you mean
different
like
shapes.
trends or what?
I mean like girls, like women.
Oh,
You know them bangers in school, like the top 3 in your year.
most of them fell off.
More of them fell off, right?
They all fell off.
It's mad. I'm just saying.
It's just funny how the world works. But
Funny how that happens.
his investments ain't fell off though. But all right, let's go to the next one. Bought into the crypto frenzy and made close to $25 million in crypto off of a $750K trust fund.
That's
Back
what
in
I'm talking
2021.
about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what. That's 12x, Rick.
About that.
Yeah. Cool. Quick maths. Continue, sir. Continue.
Yeah, held it till it turned into $8 million on FTX in 2022. Ended up using FTX as a bank account and storing all the money on there. FTX went bankrupt, and I sold the claim for 0.5 cents on the dollar. Paid taxes on the sale, and after everything had 240K left. Everyone is now getting paid back in full, plus interest, and I would have been a millionaire again if I had just waited and didn't sell my claim.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
Fuck
Sold his
me.
claim.
Why?
probably because he thought he wasn't going to get paid back. So he sold
I'm not
the
gonna
$20
lie.
dollar.
That's a great business, though.
But you can afford it.
Buying-
Bro, you can afford the
Actually, you know
claim.
what? That's interesting.
No, you could have sold the claim to someone that would have bought it for a higher price. Why sell the claim for 5 cents? You can sell the claim for 20 cents.
My guy's panicking, thinking he's getting zero, so he's thinking, bro, 5 cents on the
bro,
dollar is
bro,
better than nothing.
you know this crypto market is one of the more dynamic markets we've ever seen, fam. People are able to sell airdrop before they even drop. People are selling tokens mined without even being launched already, fam. There's no TGE for grass yet. They haven't announced any TGE, but people are selling grass points online, fam. So you can literally sell claim ticket to anyone that's willing to
But
buy it.
it
My
depends
issue
on
is-
it depends on the market though. Like,
Fair
gold
enough.
market,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But bro, 5 cents on a dollar?
Nah,
Man, like,
I feel bad for him still.
but what do you mean? You should, bro. That man came from 750. He lost $500,000, fam.
Nah. Let's use the numbers that you might love using. Let's use the top of the portfolio, 25
This
million,
guy said
240K.
God damn.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what I'd be doing. At the same time, though, you know what? 60% down on his original investment after taxes.
Stop. Bro, this is your father gave you 750K trust fund and you blew through it before you're even 30, fam. Nah. This is an L. This is a typical example of panic selling, man. You know what I mean? I understand that maybe, I don't know, maybe you needed the money. I understand. Maybe you feel like you're never gonna get the money back. But I didn't have any money on FTX when all this thing happened, but I have followed this story quite closely. There's information constantly online. If you follow the Sam Bankman-Fried case, you realize that he's like, you know what I mean? He went to prison. Obviously, realized that there's been a lot of announcement and communication that a lot of the FTX users are gonna get their money back. So maybe he sold before this happened, but my thing is, why weren't you just a little bit patient?
Nah, but you have to really pray it though. You have to pray it. Like exchanges going bust or exchanges being wiped out. There's not a great track record of getting back your money in any reasonable amount of time. Like Mount Box took forever, bro. And there's still some people that
how long
lost
did
in
Matt go?
Mount Box.
How long did they take?
10 plus years.
Yeah, it collapsed in like 2014, 15, something like that.
And then I think what they distributed was not even what there was on exchange. I think they distributed some pants. Then they
distributed something mad like that. The value at the time.
What?
They got all the Bitcoin, but they're like, "Ooh, back in 2019, it was only
that's
a grand of Bitcoin."
Whatever, yeah.
That's snakish. That's snakish.
So yeah, I mean, from his perspective, he's probably thinking, there's a strong chance I won't get my money back. And yeah, you can follow the case, but realistically, it's just like if he had the opportunity of getting something rather than in his mind getting nothing. Yeah, I think the big thing is, I agree with you that he should have been patient, but if he didn't need the money like immediately to do something like buy his house or pay off some debt, then yeah, I reckon he should have just held on.
Bro, I from just
with the risk of getting nothing.
Yeah, can I say something? Can I say something? Yeah.
Go on.
If start reading the tea leaf, right? Just reading the tea leaf. You have a 750K trust fund, which means you're not, your parents ain't poor. They might not give you another $500,000, but you're probably not living paycheck to paycheck. You probably have a good job too. But what I'm trying to say is, you sold, you paid taxes, and then you're left with 240K. I mean, it could be much worse, but the thing is, you left so much stuff on the table, so much stuff. So at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I mean, you got your work cut out for you to kind of build that back to a mill. But to be honest, 240K with just the right purchase at this time, this current market condition, you can easily like 5x your money back to a mini. So yeah, like that it's not the end of the world. Like this happens all the time. But I think the lesson should be learned here, where like you kind of have to stick to your strategy. You know what I mean? There's a reason why. I bet you didn't need this money, but you probably panic like, I don't want to lose it. I don't want it to go to zero. And I hear that. No one wants to see their wealth from 25 mil from 750K to 25 mil to 8 mil down all the way to zero. No one wants to see that because, yeah, it's just a hard pill to swallow. By the end of the day, man, just a little bit more patience could have literally put you back, not all the way to what you was before, but at least a decent start. Like, not even decent, a great start. Because 240K is still not slouch. I mean, a lot of people wish they had 240K to start with, but yeah, it's a sticky one, man. So
and obviously, imagine if FTX didn't fall apart. Like this guy would probably be doing it. He'd probably be in a much better situation.
50 mil, 75 mil, easy. Because the FTT token was going to keep climbing until obviously had the massive reduction. Correction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Wow.
what I find interesting is the other side was this person that bought his thing for pennies on the dollars. That guy is laughing all the way to the bank because he's getting paid. Was it 118%?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he bought that.
But he bought it 118%.
Why is he getting more?
Because he bought it at 5 cents on the dollar, right?
Yeah.
So
No. But what I'm saying is, he gets the 25 mil. But he gets it. He's gonna get 118% of that value, no?
Oh, because of the interest. You're thinking because of the interest?
Yeah.
Well, they said they're gonna give more.
No. I hear what you're saying, but basically, what I'm saying is his total outlay and cost. Let's say he actually managed to get the full 25 mil at 0.5 cents on the dollar. So he's already made
obviously
20x.
he has to subtract that cost. Yeah.
No, wait. So he's already made a 20x, right?
Okay.
From the 5 cents back up to $1, and then he's making the 18% on top of that.
Yeah.
Laughing, bro.
All the way to the back, man.
Great business. Like, you know what?
I was gonna say,
but it's too late. It's too late, fam, because the people they're already returning the money back. They already started distribution. So
too late for that one, but they'll be able
no
to
one
in the
is
future.
foolish enough in the rat, man, to sell that ticket now when you know you're gonna get paid back. Like it'll be stupid. But man, like it's not a complete blunder, but a blunder. Like why? The thing is, I can tell this guy does not need the money because even after all this little soliloquy, I don't feel the pain in this post. There's no pain there, which means like it's just another day. But you didn't have to lose this much money. You didn't have to.
Yeah, that's
Shame,
true.
man.
But you know,
It's a shame.
when you got hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, you can tend to panic. So
Yeah. Fair enough. But lesson to our viewers: don't use exchange as a bank account. It's just a stupid. Yeah, it's just stupid.
when I read that, I just knew it was going south.
It's so stupid. Why would you? People dream of taking their paper gains and putting it into real world asset. I mean, not totally cash, but properties, commodities, businesses. Bro, don't use exchanges as exchanges are not your bank account. They are meant for one thing: trade and exit. Trade and exit. Simple.
Yeah,
God,
definitely.
that
Be safe
pissed
out
me
there.
off, man. God.
For sure. Well, welcome back to the Crypto Flip podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and leave a comment, leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. So this week has actually been crazy. We've just entered October, and it's supposed to be Uptober, the month where everything goes green. And on the first day, everything was red for more than one reason. So the markets were bleeding. We have World War III on the cusp. Iran's launching rockets into Israel. Israel saying it's going to retaliate. Everyone's panicking, and my bags are bleeding. So
Something like that. Like I said, my bags are bleeding. That's what you care about, bro.
Hey, man. I have to
Where's
talk the
the
truth
pump?
to the people. Where is the pump? That's what we want to know. Where's October?
October. I thought it was October. Yeah,
Hey,
God.
Either way. But yeah, could everyone be wrong about October? And the reason why I asked that question is because whenever we have a mass consensus in crypto, obviously this was a sort of a black swan event, but whenever we have a mass consensus, for example, crypto to 100K or just loads of different things like that, something different always tends to happen. I even remember when crypto was supposed to go to 1,000. This was ages ago, obviously. Like this was like during one of my first bull runs, and then you had something happened with China. I can't remember exactly, but basically things still tend to happen when there's a mass consensus that this is going to be the case, and it tends not to be. So, what do you guys think?
Bro, I think you don't even have to look further back than last month, where it was, what do you think, Rectember? It was Rectember. And September closes, 80% of the time September closes.
But you say that, but obviously during the middle of the month, we did have some pullbacks and whatnot. Obviously, it ended well.
No, but I'm talking about just end. I'm talking about like the whole month.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
I still think October is going to end positively, but I was just trying to get Bitcoin price on October the 1st forever. I want to do that search, and I want to see how it looks over time. But yeah, you can only, if you go a month back, everyone says, well, many people said September would close on a negative for calendar. I think I even said it at some point. Bitcoin closed at 7% up. Like the mass consensus was this is going to be a negative month. And then, Q4 is going to do well. I feel like you're correct. Like whenever there's this mass consensus, the market always says, what you might do, you can predict me. And then this does the craziest thing. So I reckon, I don't want to be that guy, but in my mind, this pullback was always going to happen. We're always going to have a little pullback down to 60, potentially down to like 57. But I still have strong conviction that like between now and December, we're going to see 100K Bitcoin. That's the target I have in my mind.
So by year end, you're saying we're going to get 100K Bitcoin.
By year end, I'm saying we're going to bounce off the 100K.
I agree with what Ricardo just mentioned, with a caveat. And the caveat is we need to get some stability on that geopolitical side of things. I've always said, just because it got a rate cut last month does not mean it was going to be straight moons. A lot of people expected moons, but that's just not how the market works. I mean, market has a way of remaining irrational until you become insolvent. And at the end of the day, we can all say we want this, we want that. Market will do what market wants to do. So when I was telling people on this podcast, I've been vocal about I still see a capitulation coming. Why? Yes, the market conditions are looking good. A lot of fundamentals are looking great. Solana doing good. Chains are Tron printing money out of the blue. BNB is now doing meme coins. Like, there's a lot of catalysts that makes you want to be longer the market. And I'm actually longer the market. I'm looking for an opportunity to buy more stuff. But the thing is, this capitulation I'm talking about can be triggered by any sort of things. Like, for example, the geopolitical instability in Middle East. Because who knew this could happen? I mean, there has been some rumor this whole year. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on that side. And I mean, Israel-Iran tension. And then it finally popped off where, like, Iran said, fuck it, let's send some nukes. And it's just wild. And obviously, this is not good. This is not, like, I remember when I first heard this news, I'm like, this is probably a trigger for that final shakeout of the market, when I will wipe out a lot of the longs and the leverage long at the top, and also the leverage short at the bottom as well. People are looking to kind of capitalize on this market, and then we'll probably take all the liquidity and flip the super resistance of maybe 52K, 50K back up to all-time high or close to all-time high. So and that is pretty much what's happening right now. And right now we're holding strong at 60K. That's probably that. If 60K breaks, we're going down to 50. Like, no hands down. Like, there is literally no support between 60 and 50. Like, the support is literally paper. So this could easily happen. And why it's happening is because the fundamentals, it's just not looking great. And I think there's speculation, and I don't know personally, I wouldn't do this, but there's speculation that people saw that Bitcoin to go buy gold because they're worried about this being
I don't know if they sold the Bitcoin to go buy gold.
I know, it's just rumors. It's just, I mean, it's online.
I saw a graph that showed that during this tension that people were obviously selling Bitcoin and equities, but people were actually buying gold. So people obviously look, and we have the narrative that Bitcoin is a store of value, but in times of desperation, people seem to be flocking to gold. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the demographic of the age that's doing this move, they are not new school investors. They're old school investors. Like, my mom, she's always been a huge proponent of gold. My mom is now trying to learn a little bit about crypto by following Ricardo on TikTok. I mean, shout out to Rick. He keeps pumping out content on there, and people are learning from it. So shout out to him. But my mom, if she feels that a war's coming, she's gonna go buy gold. She's gonna go buy gold. She's got gold already. She's gonna go buy more. She won't buy Bitcoin because she doesn't know how to start. So I think that is a little bit misleading, because if I'm already positioned in Bitcoin, why would I liquidate my position to now go buy gold? Why not just buy both? So I think that news is a little bit diluted and a bit miscued online. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. But we've always known that traditional investors kind of prefer gold as a safe haven. It's been there through the test of time that gold is their store of value for that demographic. But for us new millennials who are obviously tech savvy, born in the Gen AI space, a lot of other millennial crazy things that we won't talk on this podcast, we prefer digital gold, which is Bitcoin. And what I'm doing is buying more Bitcoin. I'm not gonna go buy gold because I wouldn't even know where to start buying physical gold, or even I can buy a contract, but I'm not interested. At this price right now, trading at all-time high, it's not really a good investment in my opinion. So that's what I feel about that. But back to my original point, can we be wrong about October? Absolutely, we can be wrong about it. Doesn't mean we are going to be wrong. I think it's just been, like, again, it's a black swan event. Okay, not say who would have known, but like, because there's been tension all year. So it just finally broke off. What I'm hoping and praying for, and then I know there's a little bit of emotion involved there, is, we hope it doesn't escalate, because I'm hearing rumblings of Israel is looking to target Iran's nuclear missile. That's called where they keep their nuclear missiles. And reason why that's bad is, if you attack that, you're basically saying all gloves are off. Basically, you're basically saying let's go. Like, that's literally let's go. Because what Iran did, they targeted like a probably sparsely dense population as a warning shot, like, don't mess with us. If you now retaliate and say we're going to target your nuclear center and cause a nuclear fallout, that is crazy, and that could literally be a trigger and catalyst for World War III. I'm hoping, I'm praying to God that it's not, because war's not good for the market. We all know this. Unless you're in the ammunition market where like you're trading arms, like it's not good for the market. Good buying potential. I mean, if Bitcoin falls to 45K, dream, but that would be fantastic. But I really don't see that happening. So it's just gonna. It's very interesting what happens over the next couple of days. The fear index is currently sitting at, I think, let me check this quickly. It's currently sitting at 36. So it's not that bad. But if this tension continues, we could easily see it fall down to 26, 19. And those are not great territories to be. So yeah, we could be wrong, but I don't think we are. I think we're probably gonna see the monthly candle probably close in the green and kind of pump into the rest of the Q4, November, December, which is kind of the better month for crypto, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think right now, obviously we have this whole issue going on, which is, terrible. And I feel like I've turned into one of them people that I'm just like, so what does this mean for the bags? When obviously some like crazy shit's going on and if World War III breaks out, then we're gonna be in a fucking terrible situation as a planet. But going back to the bags, I reckon war is a good thing for crypto, because realistically, where are these man? Like, how are these man gonna make transactions if Iran's on the sanction list? They can't get any money to contact anyone else in the world, essentially. Probably except for Russia. I don't know. They have some deal going on. So I reckon, these men are going to end up having to go into crypto to
transact,
facilitate their crazy transactions, like all extremist groups have done in the past. And remember we spoke about how Hamas's account got frozen on Binance a while ago. Don't know how the it is Hamas's account. Anyway,
very good question.
But I like, they're gonna need liquidity, and they're gonna have to go into the crypto market for that liquidity.
Yeah,
and I just think it will be a long-term positive thing for crypto. I think right now, obviously, the markets are quite uncertain. No one knows what's going to happen. And obviously, the market is the market will lag the decisions of the war, basically. If it's decided that this is a full-blown war and these men are going to fund up and they're going to do everything that they need to do in order to have all the tools that they need, then the market will react by saying, well, certain companies are going to experience higher volumes, weapons companies, defense companies, hedges against currencies. And then people will be like, okay, brilliant. So now I can see these things are going up. I'm going to start investing in these things. And then we can see a pump that way. But we're still in a place where we still have the US elections, which has never...
4th or something.
Yeah, which has never... November the 5th, I think. Which has never not caused the market to pump in the whole time that there's been a market in crypto. So there's still this massively bullish news. Like, we are still in a halving year, which coincides with the elections, which is funny. And I stop hearing people speaking about the halving, and there's definitely there's definitely some analysis that's done over time on how the market performs X amount of days after the halving. And we're still not at the peak of where the market tops out after a halving.
Yeah, far from it.
So I think there's all these positive things that will change how the market looks. And I think the biggest one, maybe it's not the biggest one, but it's the biggest one that makes crazy sense to me, aside from all the obvious, like the elections and shit. China's still printing money, bro. The Chinese stimulus is still out here. And I've seen some Chinese companies on the stock market do some mad multiples over the last couple of weeks, which is insane. Like, the money coming in from China right now is just insane, and they're just pumping it into companies. Which is why, no financial advice, but I'm jumping into shit like Shui, Sui, and a few other Chinese related projects. Because I'm just like,
wow, because Sui is Chinese. I didn't even know Sui was Chinese. Sui's been pumping over the past month. I think he's one of the best performing asset of checking out.
And it's also not get rigged like the other
exactly
strong
token.
And then I think it's close to hitting his previous all-time high, and if he closes above that, oh my goodness. I've got a few things to say, and you're not gonna think I'm mad. But first thing, I want to respond to your initial point that you think it's not bad that if a war happens, it's not that bad for crypto. Absolutely, I agree with you. In the long term, it's good for crypto. I know that sounds crazy because like it almost sounds like we were hoping for a war. No. Like I think I'm a peace loving person. Like I don't want any war because I've got kids. Like not kid. So it's like I wouldn't want my kid living in a world where there's this war. Just even though it's thousands of miles away, it's still something that will impact the economy overall. So that's point number one. But I do think in the short term, it
say thousands of miles away, but they've talked about conscription.
Exactly.
So don't be surprised if you get that letter saying, Deji, we want you to come and sign up for mandatory military service.
Me not speak English, fam. Yeah. What the point I'm making is, in the short term, it's not good for the market in the short term because you're gonna see, like as you see in the reaction just now, a lot of less informed investors, people that are kind of in it for not the tech, but definitely for the money, they will panic sell, and that will cause even more downside pressure. And you know what I mean, for someone that's expecting a pump on their bags, that's not good. But in the long term, because we are more of a long-term investor, we think long-term, so we're not too worried about the short-term selling pressure. We want to think about long-term, what happens in November, what happens in January, what happens in 2025 and beyond. So that's what I want to say. Point number two, yeah, and then like you guys gonna think I'm crazy and wild for saying this. I know this is not a political channel, yeah, but Biden is fucking useless. He is fucking useless.
Sure, I forgot he was still president. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. I think honestly, I feel like what happens is, yeah, this tension that has been at its peak all year. You know what I mean? All this big government, the UK government, the US government, you've backed Israel, right? You've basically said we're sticking with Israel, right? Why would you let Iran do this? You know what I mean? This is where I feel like and I know a lot of people this is not a popular opinion because people don't like Trump. If Trump was in office, we wouldn't be having this. Trump would have flew down there weeks earlier and be like, this nuclear exchange doesn't need to happen. What do you need? You want more oil? I'll give you oil. You want Bitcoin? I'll give you Bitcoin. You want cow? I'll give you cow. What do you want? Women? We'll sort that out. You know what I mean? That's one thing I love about Trump. He's solution driven. Biden, this guy's got Alzheimer's, bro. These guys out there just lost in debates, man. Just lost. So I think what's going on is Biden has been thinking about, you know what I mean, I'm gonna call Sam Pamela Harris, whatever her name is, and then she's gonna whatever her name is, man. Whatever her name is, man. I don't know why she's a popular opinion to win, fam. Whatever her name is, Harris or Kamala, whatever her name is, yeah.
Kamala, yeah.
Yeah. So he's checked out of office. Because he's checked out of office now. No one's really leading that country. I mean, who's in the trenches negotiating and kind of like softening this tension? Nobody's doing that because everyone's thinking about, I want my party to win. I know for a fact Biden he doesn't want Trump to win, so he's doing everything he can to stick it to Trump. So what is he doing? He's not doing his job. So like personally, like I cannot wait for the election. But unfortunately, this has happened before the election. There's nothing we can do about it. Like I just hope that we get this election done. We get Trump in there. And I know this sounds silly because we're thinking, oh, Trump, he's a criminal though. He hid money from taxes. Who the fuck hasn't done that before? All rich people have done that before. Anyone that's got peas has freaking hid that money from HMRC or the SEC, bruv. Come on. So, yeah, man, I cannot wait for that crusty-ass president to come off and get someone there that's got some sense, bro. That's what I have to say. Fuck me, man.
Yeah, it's just, we're wild times, man. We're wild times. I think that, I can obviously talk about the politics side of it, and I agree with what you're saying in terms of Trump. I think, when he was there, we didn't go into any new wars, so I think that speaks volumes. And it's crazy because I'm looking at it like, okay, we had this same thing happen earlier in the year where Iran fired some rockets into Israel, and obviously Israel's been launching attacks into Lebanon, Gaza, doing stuff in the West Bank, Syria, Yemen. So I'm not absolving them of anything, obviously, but I'm just saying in terms of how the markets are reacting, is Iran launched missiles into Israel, and obviously the markets reacted negatively. And then obviously they've done it again against some strategic military bases and things like that. And obviously can escalate from there. But the question that I'm looking at, I'm trying to fast forward this a little bit in my mind and think, okay, what's the potential conclusions? Like, we're just gonna reach a fork in the road. Other people are gonna say, okay, let's de-escalate and like fizzle this out before it gets crazy, or let's ramp up and see what you're already made of. Let's play a game of chicken and see who's actually gonna quit. Because that's gonna have a huge impact on obviously crypto and just the world in general. But I know that France and the UK have already said that Israel like chill, but they're just not really listening. So we'll have to see where that goes. But in terms of October, I think that we will experience better market conditions towards the end. I think it'll be choppy, especially with the political tensions, and I think leading into the election will definitely do well. So that's sort of my prediction. And as far as end of year prediction, I think at this point I'm at new all-time highs, maybe 90k. I'm not sure we'll hit 100 before the end of the year, but I'm going to go about 80 to 90k. And I think everything will be green heading into Q4.
We need Trump to win an election and we can bounce off 100k, fam. But if Trump don't win, if Kamala Harris wins, oh my goodness, we are fucked. I mean, we'll still get a pump, but Lord, fam,
it's not going to be as strong, and I don't think it'll be as pronounced as well.
Listen, this is not a race thing. I'm black, she's black. It's not that, fam. I just don't feel like she's suited for the job. It's just as simple as that. She's not good for the job. Trust me.
Yeah, I think because I was having this conversation the other day with someone, and I was saying that no matter who goes into the presidency, I think that we will experience. I think we will experience positive
euphoria.
Euphoria in the markets. However, if we get Trump, it's gonna be a lot better, and if we get Kamala Harris, it's gonna be a bit more subdued. But I think we'll still be positive. If that makes any sense.
You know why it'll be subdued? Because people will still be wondering. Let's see what she can do. Let's see if she can solve this tension between Israel and Iran. That'll be imagine being the
but also economic policies as well.
Bro, economic policy is actually not that bad. Like honestly, like she has so many help. Like she'll be okay. She needs to give instructions and then I'll go do their thing.
But does she even have one though? Because she just seems to be repeating what Trump's saying. And he's pulled around on that.
Literally, bro.
Like, I'll even give you a MAGA hat. You seem to be saying everything that I'm saying.
Bro, her first test would be, can she, because being the first female president for the United States, if I'm wrong, that will be kind of like the world be like, okay, cool. You're not the first female president. Let's see what you can do. Go on. Solve this tension. And boy, she cannot screw up. Because I remember when we first had the first female prime minister, that did not end well, fam. It was like a rapid firing, fam. So that's never really a good look. So I think the public I will let the public decide. I think the public will eventually say it's Trump, but you never know. Public can be stupid sometimes. So let's see what I want.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But until then, we will see you on the next pod. And yeah, be safe out there. Peace.